Hello, welcome to Vintage Keys Studio. My name is Craig Burns-Dix, and today I'm going to be showing you the Technics SX-K200. It's the Swanee whistle, or lotus flute, patented in 1924. I think this was the big mother of the Swanee whistles. Not bad. Anyway, the SX-K200 by Technics came out in 1983, I believe, and the reason why I've got it here today is because I recently did a video on the Technics E22L, which I got from a church. Now this one I found on eBay for a few pounds, not very much. But the reason I got this is because this is the same keyboard that I used to have from the age of about 10 till about 14. And I did lots of recording on it, and I kind of, at the time I don't think I really liked it very much. Especially not when my granny used to make me play to her friend, and I used to go and play in the back room and shut the door. But it did come in quite useful, and I kind of worked out ways of putting it through things to make it sound more interesting. I'll give you a very quick rundown of how it sounds, because on the face of it, it's fairly naff as it is. But let's just give you a go. So first of all, we have the organ one. And then the organ two. String ensemble. And then the brass. If you've got the headphones on, you should be able to hear. It's plugged in from the direct out. That's the accordion and the guitar. Piano. Oh no, sorry, that's not actually a bad piano for this sort of era. And then the harpsichord. You've got sustain. That works on all the sounds. And then you've got Celeste and chorus, which doesn't make a huge amount of difference on the strings because it's already got it on it. But it does on the brass. That sounds quite nice. As with a lot of these sort of keyboards, the original sounds are quite unpleasant coming straight out of the box, but through the speakers or through another speaker, it sounds quite interesting. The speakers, I haven't bothered to mic this up because the speakers on here are just sort of quite weak and miserable, and they don't really kind of do it justice. You can also, there's also the solo presets as well. You've got clarinet. A nice pan flute. I'll do a whistle. Not much of a whistle there. Trombone. Then trumpet. And I think with the cosmic wah, I half expecting it to sound like fireworks, but it won't because of the... No, that works. So fairly unpleasant sounds as they are, but you can mix them up. You can hear it's got the Leslie tremolo thing. I don't remember my old one doing that. It just used to have a be vibrato on the old one. But I think it's because it was broken. But you can hear some quite nice, interesting combinations. And it's in stereo as well, which is always good. So anyway, that's the sort of keyboard end of it. You've got these drums. I'll just quickly go through the drums. You've got march. Then you've got swing. And then you've got rock. Oh no, sorry, that's rock. Then the disco, which is very funky. You've got the samba there. Rumba, waltz, and then tango, and obviously you've got the slow and fast there. You've got control over the rhythms. And it's got all these like fill-in stuff. So the toms aren't bad actually. And then you've got all the synchro stuff as well. So. And then you have, well, my favourite thing with this is that it still does remind me of my dead cat, Ruby, who was an enormously fat cat who looked just like a football. And she would sit down for her meal and then you'd sort of push her and she'd sort of roll. And she used to come rushing in when she was a bit younger for her, what we used to call her food was her wassis. She used to go, what's this? And she'd come in and she'd always sound like this. That was maybe her in her later life, but when she was a kitten. There she is. chord does. So, as with a lot of other keyboards, to get a minor, you had to play the name note of whatever minor it is. So G minor, so G, and the note below it, G flat or F sharp. Change the chord just before the beat, because otherwise it doesn't register, because it goes on. So anyway, that's basically what the thing sounds like. Again, it's got the full band setting keyboard and the stuff, record and messing around, transpose buttons, messing around. I think you can record chord patterns into it. But what I thought I'd try with this one as well, because it's quite a nice, interesting way of messing around with an old keyboard like this, that on the face of it isn't particularly mellow, you know. I thought I'd put it through the Leslie to see what it sounds like. So let's just plug the Leslie in. The Leslie is going round quite fast, so let's see what that's like. Maybe try it on the drums first. Do it on the... Oh yes. And then if I take the little thing out of here, you'll agree there's minutes of fun there. So, just a overview of the, I think, wonderful, if not slightly shit, Technics SX-K200. And the good thing about something that is a little bit shit is that you can put it through other things and make it sound interesting. One way that I did used to use this, I used to put it through a very, very cheap, badly made PV guitar amp, and just put the gain right up and the volume sort of half down, or almost down, and it would just sound like completely fuzzed. I think I've got a short snippet of a recording that's playing now, you should be able to hear, of that sound of the organ going through that thing. Unfortunately, I don't have that amp anymore because I took it to pieces to see how it worked. So anyway, this has been Craig Burns-Cox, demonstrating the Technics thing, and yes, pleased that one of these has now been added to our collection of old stuff. Stay tuned for more, and head on over to the members area if you want some extra bits and pieces and interesting stuff. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Good night. Is that all right?